Good morning to y'all. So today I'm gonna talk about how to never blow your trading account again. So if you're struggling with risk, because that's really what it is, if you're struggling with risk and finding the proper pieces of chicken, if you're struggling with risking and you're risking too much and you're blowing your account, for one, I'm gonna need you to take a step back and look at the trades you take. Are you taking, well, I mean, there's no such thing as high quality trades, but are you taking setups that are going to benefit you in the long run, is what I'm gonna say. Because trading is random. So with having that being said, you're not just going to have a strategy that's going to work every time, because quite honestly, it's not about the strategy, it's not about the candlestick, it's not about none of that. It's more so about what traders are in the market at that time and what's going to happen based off what they're trading and how they're trading. So your setup is something that has an edge, that should have an edge, as I should say, that works just for you or whoever else, whatever, but make sure it works for you, and it gives you the opportunity to make money more times than not. So if you have a strategy already of the sorts, then you should not be blowing your account. Because, well, I'm gonna take that back. That don't mean you're properly managing your risk, because if you're not, it's none of that other shit matters, honestly. So I'm gonna give y'all a little take on what I do. So my account isn't quite large. It'll be there sooner or later, but I trade a decent amount of money. I trade $4, you know what I'm saying? So I take that $4 and I go buy me a Wendy's McDouble. No, I'm just playing. I take the money I have, right, and I times it by 0.03. Now, people that trade know that's 3%, because you just move the decimal twice, you get 3. It's 3%. So my account is a little smaller, so sometimes I might risk like 3.5, maybe even 4, or up to 5%. But I'm not doing that for every single trade I'm in. I'm doing that for all the trades combined. And if I take a loss, I'm cutting my risk even lower, so I won't. I can tolerate. I can manage it. That's the thing about it, managing your risk, because that's something that a lot of you guys aren't doing, and you're not going to be able to do it until you admit it. So I was blowing accounts back to back, okay? Like when I first started trading, up until maybe I blew an account, I think last year. But the thing is, I took a huger step back than I've done before, and I literally told myself, I am not trading until I get my risk under control, because I want to be a full-time trader. That's all that matters to me. I'm not trying to be a trader that's, oh man, I just made 15,000 in 2 hours, but then later on that night I can't control my risk because I'm so what I did was right in my head. I see the pattern. I gotta trade it. I gotta, and then I lose 15,000 again, or I lose 10,000 or some shit. So even if that's the case, I will still be able to manage my risk. You know why? Because if I was to make 15,000, I am not trying to lose more than 2,000 of that, honestly. And you have to constantly build upon that. You cannot just make that money and then risk it all. You have to have a very good risk. So I usually risk 2 to 3.5%, maybe up to 5, but I stay between 2 and 3 because my account is getting bigger and bigger. Also, loading your account at least every time you get paid, then you don't trust yourself. And I'm just leaving it at that. I don't care what you got to say about it. If you're not constantly loading your account, you don't believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, click off this video, because this is not for you. Go believe in yourself. Strike up all the confidence and all the belief you need to. Write it on your vision board. Write it on whatever you got. Because at the end of the day, you don't trust yourself, and you don't need to be taking this information in. So I don't care if you put in $20, $15, 50, 100, 200, 500, it don't matter. You're building that trust and you're building your account, because at the end of the day, you're gonna lose. That's the probability of it, and that's what this is. It's a probability game. So if you go in and some trades, and you thinking that, okay, this one trade, don't go in it trade by trade basis. Go in it based off probability. Do not do that, because for one, that's what the whole game, the name of the game is. Probability. Remember that. So look at it as, okay, 10 trades, 15 trades, 20 trades. How much am I trying to lose? If I lose 20 trades in a row, if I lose 10 trades in a row, how much am I trying to lose by the time those 10 trades are over? Some people will be like, well, my strategy ain't that bad. I ain't about to lose 10 trades in a row. Oh, okay, all right. And once you do, you're going to come back to this video and you're going to watch it again. You're going to be like, you was right. But anyway, when you're figuring out how much to risk, you have to do it on a probability standpoint. And also, you have to do it from a standpoint of being realistic and how much you are actually not trying to lose. Like, stop focusing so much on the profit and focus on the process. Because if you focus on the profit, then you're gonna lose. I promise you. You just constantly focus on the profit and not your risk. You're doomed. And do not get in any trades unless you predefine your risk. You don't have to have a stop loss, but at the same time, you have to know what price or what point you're going to get out at and stick to that. You don't, okay, I'm going to get out 10 pips lower. No, get out when it hits your price if you don't have a stop loss. All of that stuff matters because you're throwing off your own data to look at and glance at when you're trying to risk more and make more. Like, you're messing yourself up in the long run. Know that. If you don't, I highly suggest y'all go watch Mark Douglas. It's a 4-part video. I can link all 4 parts down below, but I suggest y'all watch it because it gives you more insight about how to trade on a more consistent basis that professional traders trade at. Not these people that you see on Instagram. I just flipped my account from $2 to $13,000. You don't want to be taking advice from niggas like that or people like that. It don't matter. Don't take advice from people like that. Take advice from people that's actually in a position you're trying to be in. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.